Welcome to Opinions Night. Opinions, opinions. We bask in all your reverence tonight. That's the Opinions Night theme song. This is the list of all the games I felt like I had at least some kind of an opinion on to be able to rank it in an S to D tier list. As you can see, a large chunk of them did not come out in 2021. This is less a ranking of 2021 releases and more a ranking of my personal 2021 experiences that I had with games. What if I played through an hour? 1 hour of silence, occasionally broken up by sitcom laugh tracks on loop throughout the stream. Okay, good. By the way, none of these tiers are final. Like, they are final when we close out the stream. Okay, so first off, Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. Sora and Smash was the best thing that Nintendo did this year. This is a close second. Shut up! Personally, I mean, 3D World's like fine. 3D World would not fucking be on here if not for Bowser's Fury. No, Bowser's Fury single-handedly elevates this to A tier, I think. I never got to fully 100% it. I kinda got burned out with it, but I would love if more of the Mario games moving forward were like this. The way that Bowser's Fury mixes an open world map with like individual platforming challenges littered around that map built into the environment. That shit is tasty. I might put it in B though. I'm gonna leave it in B for now. I think it's awesome. B for awesome. Okay, Returnal. Returnal is one that I only got to the second biome of Returnal. So I think Returnal is one of the ones here that I have only the second biome. Yeah, whatever. I guess it's fucking embarrassing. I don't know. So Returnal, Guardians of the Galaxy, and Sonic Colors Ultimate. I did play enough to have an opinion and have an idea of where they sit here. But maybe if I had played the rest, they could change. These are the ones I'm least sure about. I want to see more games that mesh AAA presentation and indie-style arcade gameplay that it has as well. Like every like month or so since it came out, I'm just like, I gotta play more of that. Please don't put Returnal over Bowser's Fury. That's not for you to decide. Maybe I think Returnal's a better, like, more complete game than Bowser's Fury. You know what? Fuck you. Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't know. I really liked what I saw, and honestly, Penny Parker, fucking Square Enix bootlicking shell. This game is really good. Might go under Bowser's Fury for me. I don't think it's particularly fun to play. What really has to carry it for you is the story. And so far, it's been doing a lot of legwork story-wise. I love all the characters. They're all really, really good versions of the characters. Oh my god. For some reason, Star-Lord in this game fucking grates on me. I feel like every other line from him is, "Come on, guys, relax." Like, stop! Sonic Colors Ultimate. It was good. It was good. Sonic Colors. The whole bugs and glitches situation with this game, for me, sort of like minorly playing it on my own time and enjoying it, was like I was seeing Twitter explode, and I was just like, I'm not reading all that, but congrats, or sorry that happened. Bugsnax. Bugsnax is fucking awesome. Bugsnax, top A tier, easy. I thought the whole concept of it was really, really promising from the get-go. I love the whole like collecting and talking to people and building up a town, and it was like a cool kind of like monster collecting puzzle game. I'm just ignoring them, Chad. I'm just ignoring them. Ratchet Clank 1 is S tier. This game is so fucking good and iconic and amazing. The combat left some stuff to be desired, but the level design fully makes up for it. It is crisp, it's funny, it holds the fuck up. You cannot convince me that this game does not stand the test of time. It's so good. Going Commando is bottom A tier. The core gameplay is a vast improvement over the first game. However, because it does so much, though a lot of it lands, a lot of it does not. And from a story perspective, this game is kind of garbage. Up your arsenal. The more I ruminate on this game, oh man, the more I just don't know. Doesn't ruminate mean like piss? No. No, it doesn't. Yo, where the fuck is the little girl's room? I gotta ruminate like a motherfucker. Yeah, we got him! Yes! Ratchet Clank up your arsenal. I'm gonna put it top of A tier. It is leagues ahead of Going Commando story-wise, and the core gameplay is still fantastic. It takes all the things from Going Commando and makes them even better in the core gameplay. But scope-wise, it is a little less ambitious, which, given the situation, I'm actually kind of glad it is. Insomniac crunched the fuck out of these games and out of the people who worked on these games. So let's do Hitman, because this game came out super early in the year. I think it goes above Returnal for me, below Bugsnax. Very, very, very solid game. I love some of the ways that some of the levels in 3 specifically really play with the format. You can elect to play a level like solving a mystery. It's like you use all the same skills as an assassin to become like a detective. It's such a nice little change of pace for the rest of the game. Let's do Resident Evil Biohazard. This game fucks. This game is so good. My gut says put it in S tier. I would obsess looking up any other possible playthrough I could of this game just to see other people's reactions to it. And it's even like a little too scary for me. And I still can look at it and say, hey, this game fucks like no other. It is fully some of the most fun you can have with this game to like show it to somebody else and like watch them react to all the shit. I'm gonna go ahead and throw Forza Horizon 5 on here. Very simple thoughts on this one. Very pretty, fun, open world car game. Go fast, maybe very fun, pretty. Car game, good, very fun, pretty car game. Yo, Shadowbringers S tier though. Shadowbringers is awesome. It took me 2 years to get to this point, not because that's actually how long it takes, but it's just because I took my sweet time with it. I liked when they brought the shadows. Yeah, me too. Okay, the stream just crashed. It wasn't just the stream though. I just went through like an actual fucking real life creepypasta. I was just talking and the laugh track starts playing. Something about the way it sounded at the beginning of it, it made me jump. It was like, oh, what the fuck? That because it sounded like it was in my house, first of all. As I am about to say, chat, that just scared the shit out of me, I realize my computer is frozen. The Sims music is still going, and I can still hear the laugh track, and it is getting louder. Fucking deep fried bass boost levels of loud. I couldn't do anything. Everything was frozen entirely. And it was just this haunting deep fried laugh sound playing in my fucking headphones. It was awful. I was like, what the fuck is going on? I'm gonna risk bringing back the laugh track. If it happens again, I am never opening this video again, ever. Have you seen the silence cut by SpongeBob Boo-Womp? That's a fucking, that sounds like a genius idea. There it is. They loved that Boo-Womp. There's a million boos I haven't womped, but just you wait. 1 hour of silence broken by the occasional bruh. Bruh. Yo, this might be the one. Destruction All-Stars goes in fucking D tier. I have to rank games. I have to keep ranking games, okay? We have to keep going. Destruction All-Stars was fun for like 2 minutes, and I love the character roster. I think the character roster is really cool, and the characters deserve a better fucking game. Prey is gonna go under the rest of these. Still S tier, but under the rest of these. The pacing kind of falls apart right at the end, like right at the climax of the game. But the rest of the game is so incredibly good. Go play this game. It is so good. It's like you feel like the tangible effects of what you do in one way or another.
Bruh.
It's true. There are some bits that might be a little spooky because it's a very atmospheric kind of game. But again, it's not meant to like scare you. It's not meant to make you feel like these fucking laugh tracks make me feel now. I think it's time to rank Avengers. Let me explain to you why I'm putting it in C tier. My experience with this game was primarily the single player campaign. It's not a particularly good story, but I really like Kamala Khan. And I think that she is absolutely fully the heart of this game. And it really, really sucks that the story is as like kind of smaller scope as it is because of how much they had to focus on the live service aspect. Kamala Khan is the heart of the story of this game. Captain America is the heart of the gameplay of this game. Can I be real? Initially, I almost said Kamala Harris. Basically what I'm saying is I just want like a full, like, Avengers spin-off game. Kamala Khan, Captain America, team up. It's a good fucking idea! Slime Rancher is fucking good, baby. I put it above Forza. I'm so excited for Slime Rancher 2! Infamous First Light. I love Infamous. If you don't know, Infamous, I think, is one of the most underrated franchises. I really miss it. Infamous is very important to me. The gameplay of Second Son is fantastic, but the story is kind of hot garbage. First Light, I think, fixes a lot of that. First Light is such a good little contained experience. A lot better than Second Son. And I really like Fetch. Do I really put it above, like, Forza and Bowser's Fury? And I do. Control goes right up in fucking S tier, baby. I adore this game. The more I have thought about it, the more I like it. It takes itself so seriously, but it doesn't refuse to have fun with its inherently fun concept. It like has jokes in it, but it is all perfectly paced. I want to do Before Your Eyes. This game is fantastic. Everyone should play this game. And if you have the option, with the blinking mechanics enabled. Endwalker beat it out eventually, but before Endwalker, this was the hardest I have cried playing a game ever. It wrecked me, and it's beautiful. It's a very fleeting experience, which honestly kind of works with the theme super well, but it is a kind of fleeting experience, and though I do think about it a lot, and though I do regard it very highly, I don't know if I'm gonna ever play it again.
Bruh.
Look, it's funny I'm saying this because that's like the point of the game, but I do just kind of wish there was more to this one. It's just not gonna be as much of like a staple in my mind as much as other games. So, stop! I'm gonna put it above Hitman, below Bugsnax. Tools of Destruction, my gut said top of C tier. Pretty much every other game in the series is like at least a tier above Tools of Destruction in terms of quality. They had a lot of growing pains with the story, and it just got really monotonous. But the core gameplay is still fun. They remove a lot of like side content as well. I know. Yeah, it's a laughable thing. Quest for Booty is more of a platformer than any of the other games since Ratchet Clank 1. That works in its favor really well. And if somebody wanted to put this one in like D tier, I would not blame them. But personally, I just remember really enjoying this game. It was really short, really sweet. Quest for Booty goes, I think, under Sonic Colors Ultimate. Crack in Time, S tier. Bottom of S tier right now. A Crack in Time does like infinitely more gameplay-wise than Up Your Arsenal. That works in its favor. The space exploration is so fun. I love the little planets. The little planet platforming challenges are fantastic. The weapons are great as always. And I think it's just when they take their simplicity in stride is when they're at their best. I didn't finish It Takes Two, unfortunately. It's somewhere in A tier. Above Returnal, below Hitman. I don't regard this game with as much like reverence as I think, I guess a lot of people do. This game has the best co-op game design I have ever played. It is unmatched. The writing and like the rest of it, like story-wise, I could give or take. Kingdom Hearts. Oh, I loved Kingdom Hearts. It is so unabashedly courageous in being exactly what it is. All of the charm of these classic Disney characters, but they are placed in a story that has the scope and the mythology of a Final Fantasy game. And that works so much more than you would expect it to. I also will admit, the first game specifically has so much weird fucking obtuse game design that actually was a little frustrating, but also, I think it speaks to how iconic the rest of the game is and how iconic the story and the character appeal of this game is that it still left an overall positive impression on me, which is why, after ruminating on this, by that I mean pissing on it, I'm gonna put it right under Prey. Splitgate. It's Halo and Portal. I played a lot of Splitgate last year. However, the moment Halo Infinite dropped, I have stopped playing Splitgate. Although I do want to jump back in and see how it holds up after some time away. So Splitgate gets below Guardians, above Sonic, B tier. I'm gonna demolish my chat room in one fell swoop. Okay, you ready? You know what? I'm gonna turn chat on for this. Oh, fuck me. Hold on. What am I doing? No, okay. Now it's good. Wait. Now it's good. There's a way to make this feel better. Okay. That's good. I think Metroid has a lot going for it, atmosphere-wise. The base gameplay, it's about as good as you can get with like a Metroidvania-style game. I think it's pretty awesome. I love Stalker-type enemies. I'm notoriously a big fan of Mr. X in Resident Evil. Every single fucking time I ran into an Emmy, I kind of just wished I wasn't playing the game. I couldn't even tell you like all the nuances or whatever, but something about it was just more frustrating than fun for me. I think the fact that this game has a lot of momentum behind it is super awesome because clearly a lot of really solid work went into this game, especially from an art direction and like cinematic design standpoint. Fuck, this game is beautiful. The highs of this game were generally pretty high, but the lows were so low for me. It was the kind of frustration where it didn't encourage me to be better. It just kind of encouraged me to turn the game off. Difficulty is not a problem with me. I mean, you see Returnal way up here. Difficulty is not a problem. Scary is not a problem. Resident Evil, way the fuck up here. The ingredients that this game has is just, they didn't come together in a way that appeals to me. They didn't come together in a way that I had fun experiencing. I don't really know. I don't even know where to start. I feel like these games are like a whole can of worms. I don't have the energy to try and recall all the fucking discourse and like my experience of these games. These games are more character studies than they are zombie apocalypse stories. Last of Us Part 1 is like a classic example of using a very simple, neutral, agreeable motivation that anyone playing can get behind to inform the more deep and concerning and intriguing character stuff that happens within the framing of that simple motivation. Last of Us Part 2 is the opposite of that. It flips the structure of Last of Us 1 on its head, and it gives you a motivation that is not neutral. You are an actor who is playing out a story being told as it is fully intended to be told, removing you from the equation except for pushing it forward and interacting with its more gamey mechanics, right? Seeing how people talked about Part 2, I got the impression that it was this really fucking ham-fisted, always trying to make you feel bad for shit kind of thing. And when I played it, I just didn't have that experience. Undertale does more of the thing that people gave Last of Us Part 2 shit for doing than Last of Us Part 2 does. It does not want you to feel triumphant. And I really appreciated that it actually did it. I am someone who really likes to be affected by the things that I play or experience. Obviously, there are plenty of fair criticisms. I don't think this game is perfect. There are things I will gladly criticize about it. If you want to argue about stuff, please go somewhere else. Resident Evil Village. Let's just move on. Resident Evil Village was awesome. The more I reflect on it, the more I don't think it comes together as much of like a fully appealing, iconic experience as Resident Evil 7, but I did love it quite a bit. Resident Evil Village goes above Crack in Time and below Kingdom Hearts. Can I do something here? Can I do something here? Now you fucking done it. Into the Nexus. I think Into the Nexus has like the best weapon arsenal. Yeah, the gameplay is generally really good. Oh my god, the performance is complete garbage though. It like kind of gave me a headache sometimes. So I think it sits here. I think it sits about here. Ratchet Clank 2016. I found very, very little to appreciate about this game in my first like couple runs of it. However, the design of Ratchet & Clank 1 and the way that Ratchet & Clank 1 teaches you how to use its weapons makes 2016 better to play. I'm putting it right below Into the Nexus. Finally, for Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart. I was absolutely addicted to this game when it came out. Y'all saw. I think above Resident Evil, below Control, and I think I'm gonna move Ratchet & Clank 1 down to below Control as well. What a joke, I know. Control? Fucking SCP game? What are you, Something Awful 2008? Even though I still kind of have my issues with it, Rift Apart does have the best sort of tone and story balance of all of the Ratchet & Clank games, I think. Takes the story focus of Up Your Arsenal, the story scope of A Crack in Time, and just boils it into one fantastic game with amazing new characters, beautiful character dynamics. It's the best one. I think it's the best one. Never mind. I think it's the best one. The more I talk about it, I think it's the best one. Halo Combat Evolved. Absolutely iconic game. Did some really impressive shit. Top of A tier? The atmosphere and the gameplay of this game is so solid, and it was revolutionary at the time for a very good reason. You know, it's got some weak points here and there. You can tell it was kind of a rush job. Crunch is nothing to laugh about, audience. What the fuck is fun? What? Now you're applauding. Now you're applauding Crunch. You know what? They deserved it this time. Halo 2 takes everything fantastic about Halo 1 and ups the ante like crazy, introduces so many more fantastic and cool story elements, and at the same time is an absolute miracle that it is nearly as good as it is. Halo 2 goes right under Crack in Time. Halo 3! Halo 3 from a gameplay perspective is just polished to a complete fucking sheen. It is unbelievably good. Even though presentationally it is like a masterpiece, I think the actual story beats and the story progression is a lot less intriguing than Halo 2. I think it falters some of the elements of Halo 2. Particularly the Arbiter is just completely shunned. I'm gonna put it just below Halo 2, but do not get me wrong, this game is incredible. ODST. Oh man, this might be another controversial one. Top of C tier. It's like fine.
Bruh.
Yeah, fair. Like this one is highly regarded. It's another one like Dread where like I can see why. But for me, I was playing it and by the end of it, I was just like, okay, I'm really like, I don't need much more of this. Life is Strange 2 Colors is fantastic. It's emotional. It has amazing characters, incredibly effective story beats. Thematically, it is so special. And the actual character arc is so effective. It's a really important arc as well. This is easily the best Life is Strange game in my book. I think this game is leagues above the other games. When this game was first announced, I was like, oh, hey, there's a new Life is Strange game. I might play that. Now that I have played this game, I am like, give me more of this. Of games that are like in this kind of like stylistic genre or whatever, this is the best of them. Ba-ba-boo! Yeah, that feels good. They did an additive extra like story chapter that focuses, it's like a prequel DLC chapter. And it's really neat. It's called Wavelengths. It's a nice little thing. I'm very glad it's there. I'm very glad I played it. I'm gonna put this one above Splitgate, under Guardians of the Galaxy. There we go. Halo Reach is a story that is like really, really dependent on you caring about what happens to the characters in it. The only moment that truly hit me as much as it felt like it wanted to hit me was like the very end. Halo Reach goes right under up your arsenal. Halo 4 is fine. Halo 4 is super duper bottom of C tier.
Bruh.
You know what? You're right. You're actually, this time I agree with you, bro, man. Halo 4 has good things going for it. The emotional core of Master Chief and Cortana in this game is so fucking intriguing. It does not fully deliver on that concept in the way you would hope it would, but also, most Halo games actually have kind of rough around the edges storytelling. Halo 4 is stingy with ammo in a way that actively, like, makes it not super fun sometimes. They, like, basically ruined the balance of the sandbox in that way. A lot of Halo 4 takes place indoors in very samey looking environments, and it ends up making the game feel kind of monotonous. But I really like what they did with Cortana and Chief, and I wish that Halo 5 did not take that and crush it under its heel with a garbage F-tier fucking game. What are you doing, Halo 5? Halo 5, what the fuck are you doing? Needs a new tier. I think the gameplay is a little better than 4, but the problem is that the story content and the game's pacing and the actual what you are doing in the game is so bad. It fully negates any positive effect the gameplay has on the experience of playing this game. And then lastly, Halo Infinite. I know I haven't seen the end, but at the same time, like if I finish Infinite and I'm like, oh no, I should have put it in S tier. Like, who the fuck cares? Right below Combat Evolved. Nearly tippity top A tier. The thing that shines about Halo Infinite is its gameplay. The balance of its sandbox, the weapons, the way the guns feel, the fucking physics, and of course, the star of the show, the grapple hook. Oh my god, all of it works together so wonderfully. Like, the thing that appeals to me is the gameplay and the characters, but not the story. Halo Infinite, from a story tone perspective, is the best that Halo has been. The atmosphere and the tone and the dialogue and the character interactions, the character personalities, the way they work off of each other, all of it perfectly tuned. I still cannot say I fully agree with how they handled the events leading in from Halo 5. The A-plot shit, I do not care about. The whole time, it all just kind of like blends together in a weird way. And that's just unfortunate because it really does affect the experience of the game to me. If they have a 10-year plan, I can't wait to see what this game is like, even like 3 years down the line, 2 or 3. Psychonauts 2, I don't even know what I want to say about these games. Psychonauts 2 is a fucking masterpiece. I'll put it above Shadowbringers, but not above Endwalker. Yeah, I feel like I could talk for hours about either of these. Final Fantasy XIV is a very important game to me. Endwalker is also a very important expansion. Like, I openly wept maybe upwards of like 10 times while playing. I reached some lows this year emotionally that like I would never have expected and were very, very fucking tough to deal with. I was in the middle of trying to dig myself out of that. There's a point in the game, this isn't spoilers or anything, it's just a nice little moment, but there's a point in the game where you hear, like, you go to the inn room and you hear a knock at the door, and the game prompts you, it prompts you, and the prompt is like, someone's at the door, who is it going to be? And you can select which character you want to have be at the door and have like an isolated heart-to-heart moment with. I picked my favorite character, who, if you don't know, is Alice, and her whole conversation is about how much she worries about your character, and she expresses how much she wants your character to take care of themselves. It felt like the dialogue was like reaching through to me. And that is not the only time that game did that. Endwalker is a story that uses the framing of an apocalypse and the framing of the end of days to tell a story about the value of life and about the value of commitment to life and improving life and how valuable all life is and how worth it is to carry on. Endwalker is not my favorite game just because Final Fantasy XIV, new expansion hype, recency bias. It is important, and it is important to me. Yeah, and that's, there you go, that's my list.
Bruh.
Shut the fuck up!